Welcome to Healthy Facts 101. Today, we're diving into an important topic for those over 60. If you want to keep your joints and bones healthy as you age, you might need to reconsider some of the fruits you're eating. We all know fruits are packed with essential vitamins and antioxidants, but did you know that some fruits can actually contribute to inflammation in the body? And as we get older, inflammation can wreak havoc on our joints, leading to stiffness, pain, and decreased mobility. Don't worry, this doesn't mean you have to give up on fruit altogether. Instead, let's learn about which fruits might be contributing to your joint pain and explore some delicious alternatives that can actually support your joint health. Now, I love a good slice of pineapple, but it can be tricky for our joints, especially as we age. Pineapple contains bromelain, an enzyme. Bromelain is a mixed bag. It helps with digestion and reduces swelling, but it can trigger joint inflammation. If you have joint pain, consider reducing pineapple. Pay attention to your body's reaction. It might be causing inflammation. Tomatoes, they're juicy, versatile, and a staple in so many delicious dishes. But what if I told you that this beloved fruit could actually be contributing to your joint pain? You see, tomatoes contain a natural chemical compound called solanine. Now, solanine is found in the nightshade family of plants, which also includes potatoes, eggplants, and peppers. While most people can tolerate solanine without any issues, for some individuals it can trigger inflammation, particularly in the joints. Here's how it works. Solanine can interfere with the way calcium is used in the body. And as we know, calcium is crucial for strong, healthy bones. When calcium absorption is disrupted, it can lead to joint pain, stiffness, and even increase the risk of osteoporosis. Now, I'm not saying you have to banish tomatoes from your diet completely, but if you're struggling with joint pain, especially if you have arthritis, it's worth experimenting with reducing your tomato intake to see if it makes a difference. Oranges are a breakfast staple, a go-to snack, and a key ingredient in many refreshing drinks. We associate them with vitamin C and antioxidants. But for people with arthritis, citric acid can be a pain trigger. It can lead to inflammation, worsening joint pain and stiffness. Moderating your intake of oranges and other citrus fruits can help. Listen to your body and adjust accordingly. Grapefruit is often touted as a healthy breakfast option, but it's important to be aware of its potential interactions with medications, especially for those over 60. You see, grapefruit contains a compound called furanocoumarines, which can interfere with the enzymes in our gut responsible for breaking down certain medications. This can lead to higher levels of the medication in the bloodstream, potentially causing unwanted side effects or even toxicity. And here's where it gets tricky for bone health. Many older adults take medications like bisphosphonates to help strengthen bones and prevent fractures. However, grapefruit can interfere with the absorption of these crucial medications, making them less effective in protecting your bones. Now, I know how important it is to maintain strong bones as we age, and the last thing we want is for something like grapefruit to sabotage our efforts. So, if you're taking any medications, especially for bone health, it's crucial to talk to your doctor about potential grapefruit interactions. They can advise you on whether you need to avoid grapefruit altogether or simply adjust the timing of your medication and grapefruit consumption. We all love bananas. They're a convenient snack, a great addition to smoothies, and a staple in many pantries. But here's the thing about bananas. While they're packed with potassium, which is important for muscle function, they're also relatively high in sugar, especially compared to other fruits. And guess what? Sugar is a major culprit when it comes to inflammation. You see, when we consume too much sugar, our bodies release inflammatory messengers called cytokines. These cytokines can then trigger inflammation throughout the body, including in our joints. This can lead to joint pain, stiffness, and even worsen symptoms of arthritis. Now, I'm not saying you have to give up bananas entirely, but moderation is key, especially as we age and become more susceptible to inflammation. Instead of reaching for a banana every day, try alternating with lower sugar fruits like berries, avocado, or even a handful of nuts. Remember, small changes can make a big difference in managing inflammation and keeping your joints healthy. Strawberries, they're juicy, sweet, and a summertime favorite. But what if I told you that these vibrant berries could be a hidden source of inflammation for some people? You see, strawberries contain natural chemicals called histamines. Now, histamines play a role in our immune response and are released by our bodies when we encounter an allergen. While most people can tolerate histamines without any issues, for some individuals they can trigger a range of symptoms, including inflammation. And guess where inflammation loves to settle? You got it, in our joints. This can lead to joint pain, stiffness, and even exacerbate conditions like arthritis. Now, I'm not suggesting you swear off strawberries entirely, but if you're prone to inflammation or have noticed that your joints feel worse after eating strawberries, it's worth experimenting with reducing your intake. Remember, everyone's body is different, and what works for one person might not work for another. The key is to pay attention to how your body responds to different foods and make adjustments accordingly. Cherries, those vibrant red jewels of summer, are not only delicious but also packed with antioxidants and beneficial compounds. However, there's a catch, especially for those of us watching our joint health. While cherries offer numerous health benefits, they can also be quite high in sugar, particularly natural sugars like fructose. Now, fructose, while naturally occurring, can be problematic for our joints when consumed in excess. You see, fructose is metabolized differently in the body compared to other sugars like glucose. When we consume too much fructose, it can lead to a buildup of uric acid in the bloodstream. And uric acid is a known trigger for inflammation, particularly in the joints. This can result in joint pain, stiffness, and even worsen symptoms of gout, a painful inflammatory condition. Now, I'm not saying you have to give up cherries completely. Moderation is key. Enjoy them in controlled portions and consider opting for lower sugar fruits like berries or avocado for your daily dose of sweetness. An apple a day might keep the doctor away, but when it comes to joint health, especially as we age, we need to be mindful of the fructose content in apples. Now, don't get me wrong, apples are packed with fiber, vitamin C, and antioxidants, but they also contain fructose, a natural sugar that can be problematic for our joints when consumed in excess. You see, fructose is metabolized differently in the body compared to other sugars like glucose. When we consume too much fructose, it can lead to a buildup of uric acid in the bloodstream. And uric acid is a known trigger for inflammation, particularly in the joints. This can result in joint pain, stiffness, and even worsen symptoms of gout, a painful inflammatory condition. The key here is moderation. Instead of eating multiple apples a day, consider enjoying one apple every other day and incorporating other low fructose fruits like berries or avocado into your diet. Mangoes, they're juicy, tropical, and oh so delicious. But when it comes to our joints, we need to be mindful of the sugar content in mangoes, especially as we age and become more susceptible to inflammation. While mangoes are rich in vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, they're also relatively high in sugar, particularly fructose. Now, fructose, while naturally occurring, can be problematic for our joints when consumed in excess. You see, fructose is metabolized differently in the body compared to other sugars like glucose. When we consume too much fructose, it can lead to a buildup of uric acid in the bloodstream. And uric acid is a known trigger for inflammation, particularly in the joints. This can result in joint pain, stiffness, and even worsen symptoms of gout, a painful inflammatory condition. So what's the solution? Moderation. Enjoy mangoes in controlled portions and consider balancing your fruit intake with lower sugar options like berries, avocado, or even a handful of nuts. Grapes, with their sweet, juicy flavor, are a popular snack and a key ingredient in wine. They're often touted for their antioxidant content, particularly resveratrol, a compound found in grape skins. But here's where things get interesting, especially for those of us over 60 concerned about bone health. While resveratrol has been linked to various health benefits, including heart health and anti-aging properties, it can also interfere with certain medications, including those crucial for maintaining strong bones. You see, resveratrol can inhibit an enzyme called CYP3A4, which plays a vital role in metabolizing medications. This interaction can potentially increase the levels of certain medications in the bloodstream, leading to unwanted side effects or even toxicity. And here's the concern for bone health. Many older adults take medications like bisphosphonates to help strengthen bones and prevent fractures. If you're taking medications for bone health, it's crucial to talk to your doctor about potential interactions with grapes or grape products, including wine. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more health tips from Healthy Facts 101. Remember, taking care of our joint health is crucial as we age, and making informed choices about the foods we eat can make a significant difference. By being mindful of the potential inflammatory effects of certain fruits, we can support our joint health and maintain an active, vibrant lifestyle. Stay healthy and take care of those joints and bones.